So again, as you see, as an overview of the color grading toolset, everything has been organized in a much better way, in a nicer way. It's much faster to work with it. You have many new tools like the new pivots, the temperature and tint, the new curves panel, and fixed vector the values, in bands the ranges integrated with the trackball. Everything has been organized in a way that grading in Mistika is a pleasure at the end, because it's really intuitive, it's really simple, and it's really powerful, because you still have the superb tools that we had in previous Mistika versions. Now, there are another small features here and there that we probably need to mention, which is, for example, the fact that now that in the media browser, if we go here to the red, if we enable the thumbnails, it's calculating the thumbnails, there we go. Now you will see at full resolution, at 1:1 resolution, all your images. Even if the image is bigger than your project, you won't see like a cropped version of that image. In that way, you can see in a really nice way, okay, this is the shot that I need, this is the shot that I want, etc. From your media browser. It's a small feature, it's a small addition, but really useful in some circumstances. And of course, the final exported EDL option. We have, as I said at the beginning, we have merged the EDL1 and EDL2 in one, merging all the functionalities from one and the other. We have the export SDL, the export CDL, the different ways to export tape name and media name, and the different settings for the front clip name. And we can even see here the EDL created when we create an EDL. We are developing this tool with one of our customers, and they use it in our workflow with Nuke to create like a complex workflow between Mystic and Nuke for visual effects, etc. They use CDLs for moving from Mystica to Nuke, and it is working really, really well. So yeah, it has been designed with the idea of improving the communication between Mistika and other solutions. We know that Mistika is a finishing software. It's normally at the end of the chain, but we want to improve as well this part, the communication part between Mistika and other softwares. This development is especially important because even if it's EDL, and we know that EDL is more limited, for example, than XML or AAF, it's important because now we have designed internally a way to organize all the data from the time space for exporting the data. And that's important because for the future, it will help us quite a lot to develop export XML, for example, for editors or for any other workflow. So that's really, really important for us. And finally, the final point of this presentation is the support of the digital vision effects. The toolset from Digital Vision here is fully integrated in Mistika. It works really nice. It works really well. I'm going to show you just some examples of it. I'm not going to show all the effects, but let me show you with maybe this shot, for example. I'm going to try, this is the red file. I'm going to create some noise in here to show the DVO clarity. So I'm going to open a color grade and maybe try to add some noise. I'm just going to force it to add some noise as we see in there. So we go to a red channel, we see it. Okay, perfect. Now I'm going to add here a DVO clarity option. All the parameters are here, so we can control them from there. And just loading it, we can see the difference between one and the other. This is a denoise that works in a different way that the one that we have in Mistika. It's faster in the way that it's easier to control because it has less parameters. The one in Mistika is faster for the performance point of view, but at the end it's a native effect of Mistika, so that makes sense. But with this one you get really nice results and in a really simple way. So you have the clarity to change and to control the noise of your shots, keeping the detail in a really nice way. We have another option here, another effect that is really cool. This is for me probably personally one of the effects that has surprised me the most, which is the dry clean option. I searched for this shot. This is a Super 8 shot, and it has quite a lot of quite a lot of artifacts here on, well, dust, scratch. Let me find a frame where it's pretty obvious. For example, here we have some problems there. Normal problems in any film, analog film production. Here we have scratch, etc. Well, all you need basically is to load the DVO dry clean option over here, and this will clean your shot automatically. Of course, is well, first of all, I'm using my home system. It's not the most powerful system in the world, precisely, but it will require a little bit of computing time. It, of course, it will reduce it. You won't have real-time playback, but the result is absolutely great. I've made a render just to make a comparison between two of them. I just play with this. You have a lot of options here. For example, if the source is HDR or not, or to increase the analysis, the strength of the adjustments. This is really great. I've just played with the strength, if I remember correctly, and the advanced analysis, and what I get was this result. So basically, if I move, you see that we don't have any issue on the whole shot. It's automatically cleaned. For restoration movies, for those that have like old footage that you want to recover, that you want to restore, the option to include the DVO tools in Mistika is absolutely fantastic, because we already had in Mistika tools for this kind of job. We have the frame repair, we have the vector paint to do it. The vector paint works especially well, but the problem is you have to go frame by frame cleaning the shots. And this has one good point, which is the fact that because you're going frame by frame, probably all the frames will be great. Probably all the frames will be perfect at the end of the process, but it requires quite a lot of time. With the DVO dry clean, you can just clean the whole shot in just one go. You put the effect, play with the parameters a little bit, make a render, and the shot will be clean. If there is some issue, because maybe you know all of us know that all this kind of automatic process can fail at some point. If maybe in one frame is leaving some dust or some scratch, you can use then the vector paint and fix it. So the fact that it's combined with all the tool sets in Mistika is great. Once you have the shot cleaned, you can apply your color grade, you can apply your visual effects, you can use, for example, a framing to remove this letterbox. So the fact that it's completely integrated with Mistika is a great addition for us. And well, for those users that use Nucoda or other solutions from Digital Vision, the parameters are the same, so it's much easier to understand how they work. The only thing is that those are integrated with Mistika. We can see, for example, another one like the regrain. There are many people asking Mistika how to regrain a shot. It's not an option that we have in right now. We have the grain option, but well, we know it's a very old effect, so it's not perfect. So we can just, for example, go to my color grading here and simulate like an old movie by lowering the saturation, change a little bit, for example, the contrast, and now I can add, for example, my regrain effect and just add the regrain that I want. For example, let's use the saturation now. Size, I can increase it from here. If I want to use black and white, I can use just the black and white mode and increase the size. And if I enable or disable, we have a really nice grain system for Mistika now here.